Hello, um, I'm George at Deconstructing Music, and this is day 11 of Writing Classical Music. It's the 2nd of April 2024, and we're starting a fresh piece. We finished our Opus 1, and we've finished our Opus 2. They're available on YouTube. Hopefully soon I'll have polished off scores ready to sell affordably, like thinking like £2 on my website. And if you'd like to support me, you can go there and listen to my videos. Obviously they're available here on YouTube as well. You can watch the stream of how I wrote this if you want to sort of maybe learn the compositional process. I'm coming from a very music theory and music analysis background. The story is that I haven't written any music really until now, but I've studied a lot of music. Basically, I've done a lot of music analysis. So yeah, we're sitting down and we're sort of learning how to write music together on stream. So Opus 3, Opus 1 and Opus 2 were both multi-movement sonata forms. So Opus 1 is like half an hour long, put it that way, and Opus 2 is like 15 minutes long. So for Opus 3, and they're like complete sets of music that are designed to be played one movement after another, sort of concurrently. So I want to write a little folio of miniatures next, and we're just going to write, separate pieces. I'm going to maybe we'll write like 5 or 6 over the next few weeks, hopefully. But they're just going to be small, no bigger than ternary form pieces. Obviously each section I'll give its own form. We'll get to that when we get to that. Or rather, I think we're going to work in E flat minor today because why not? So this is just going to be a short piece, so I didn't need the deep background because there's no overarching structure here. It's just going to be its own little piece. This is number 1, and we're aiming for just like a little 3-minute something, not a 30-minute grand mass of music. So I've deleted the background, and we don't need 1, 2, and 3 because there's no separate movements. We're just straight into the background structure of this movement, and we're going to make it a ternary form. So that's A, B, A apostrophe. And for now, let's go in E flat minor. Okay, the Roman numerals of course don't change, and in the central section, where do we want to go? We can do anything really. The same goes for here. We could give it a little balanced background structure still, as if it had a deep background, but I don't feel the need because that ends up making the more divisions we do in the background and the deep background, the longer the piece is going to be, sort of broadly, generally speaking. So we don't need a million sections, we just sort of need A, B, A, with maybe a little retransition. No need for any developments or anything like that. I can delete, this can become the middle ground, which is our division of the background. What am I doing? So we just have to make a few choices really. What do we want to go to for the B section? If this is our A section, bars. So we could go to B flat for our second section. B flat minor, B flat major. Let's keep it simple and what have I just done? Let's go to 5 for the background. Okay, so that instantly means that we can throw in a little cadence to settle into the new section, and then we're going to have something, and then there's going to be a perfect cadence in the dominant key, at the end of this B section. Okay, the A section, in the background is just this really. So again, we can just add in this implied cadence because this needs to be its whole own thing. We're going to subdivide it more into its own structures and stuff as well. So we're fleshing out the piece based on its sort of essential harmonic and structural decisions that we're making. Yeah. And again, this A section here will be the same in the third iteration. Because it's not a sonata form or anything, this A section and this last A section, the first and the second, can both be exactly the same. And I'm not worried about like ruining any overarching or accidentally making any extra overarching structural sections. So what I'll do is I'll just pen in those things right now. Where's my palettes? There they are. Key signatures, and we're going to go for E flat minor. Boom. And let's just instantly write so we've got our E flat minor chord here, and somewhere at the end of this, you know, in 20 bars time or something, we go, oh, that's okay. The last beat of this bar, I've done something funny here. What's happening? We've got that, so that's our A section essentials in the middle ground that we've written. And we can always add in more bars in between this. That's the joy of using digital notation now, is that we can just add in bars without ruining anything. But where is my bar lines? There it is. I'm just going to delete this one bar so that it shows up. And then our B section we want a 5/5 going to 5 at the start. So we're going to have a little transitional section that's doing something about F dominant 7th. So that we can go to B flat major. So I'll just write in that F dominant 7th right now. I don't know why I've written a D there. I need to add the C. So we'll have a little transitional section. Doesn't have to be much. Can just be a chord if that's all I want it to be. And then, so that's that 5/5, and then we've got the 5 and the cadence itself. So if I just copy this, shump it up a perfect 4th. Now it's a B flat major chord. I've done something wrong there. Let's shump it up a 5th. And we've got our B flat major chord. It's a minor, isn't it, of course. And then somewhere at the end of this section, we're going to have we're just putting in the skeleton of our piece. I haven't got any clue of any musical like motives or themes in my head right now. I'm not thinking about that at all. We'll get there when we get there in a couple of minutes at this rate. And we'll kind of just fill that in. So at the moment, basically, we just, you can see the skeleton. We've got a passage in E flat minor with a perfect cadence ending in E flat minor. Then we've got the F dominant 7th coming out of nowhere to move us as a modulation to the B flat major. So we can smooth this transition any way we like. If we want to add stuff but to get from the E flat minor to the F dominant 7th, or we can just boosh straight into the F dominant 7th and maybe do something in F as 2 of E flat. If E flat is our tonic, then F would technically be a diminished chord. So we could start it as that and then turn it quite easily into we could even do it one note at a time. Don't like that. But yeah, there's quite a few ways. The point is we could elaborate that, and then we've got it going into our B section, which is just something in B flat major, and it ends with our perfect cadence in B flat major. And then we just need a retransition. So we'll add 3 bars again like we did for the transition here. can be as brief or long as I want it to be. And all we need to do there is add the dominant 7th again. Oops. And then we have our section in E flat again. Back to E flat minor. And then we've got like a sort of course correction. So in theory, that's all this piece needs to be in its background. So I'm going to delete these extra bars. How on earth is that 233 bars? Is that, this count seems sus. Guess there's a lot of bars in that space. Yeah, cool. And then this is space for a coda or whatever at the end. Boom. So if we just play through that all, transition, seconds of B section, end of the B section, retransition back to the A section, A apostrophe section, and then it's got its concluding 5-1. Okay, and then a space for that. So that's everything that we've written here. If anything, we just need to add I don't know how I usually do my zigzag arrow. I have 3 arrows in this notation style that I use. I have a curly arrow, a zigzag arrow, and a normal arrow. And so far I've only written normal arrows here on stream. But I use 3 for my analysis stuff with several different meanings based on context, basically. So I find them to be quite flexible and quite good to use. But really we need a becomes arrow. This 5 will become the dominant 7th again here. So if I just do that for now as my becomes on here, and that's this 5-7 here, leading back to the A apostrophe section here. So now we can decide how we further want to subdivide this middle ground, because what we've written here so far really is the background, to be honest. It's a written out version, fully fleshed out version of this, and in fact I'm going to copy and paste all of it. Like so. Don't want these extra, ooh, don't want these extra gaps, don't know what they're doing there. So now for the middle ground, this is where we split this up into phrases, essentially, or sentences. So let's just have a nice simple binary form, if you could even call it that, just a sentence basically, set in the tonic. So it would be 1, and then we can land on 5, or we can just stay in 1 and never leave 1 particularly. Or anything else in between. Literally, we can do anything. If we have E flat minor, we can make it to an E natural, sort of almost a dominant seventh effect. Gives it the flavour of F7. We could play with E flat minor and D major. That'd be weird. It'd make E flat minor not feel like it's the tonic though, and that's a bit problematic. I think I'm a bit prone to being a bit too loose with my harmony. Maybe. I don't know what style do I want to write in. Let's go back to the drawing board with themes. E flat minor gives us a nice easy pentatonic. What's that? That's G flat major, which is the relative major. Let's do something with that. That sounds nice. So let's add in a becomes flat 3 sort of scenario, and we can repeat that times 2. Seven would be 5, 7 would be I'm playing an augmented, but I like the spice of the augmented there. Let's add the augmented. I'm just kind of faffing around to show my notation style because I haven't really fleshed it out on this stream much yet. So that's how I would write an augmented fifth in super pedantic, super specific ways. I try to be as clear as possible with my notation. I have, however, written it in the wrong place. Whoops. So we've got times 2, and then something. Were we doing F minor? F major? quite like that, so we'll have that's the minor major 7. That's the minor 7. Let's just write in quavers. And then we can do the same thing. Just for now, I'm just going to keep the base simple. Done it again. I'm good at copying that, aren't I? I don't even know why I did it. Just going to write it out anyway. So we're just kind of trying to be intuitive with our ears, but we've, basically I've got it written that I need to write something with the tonic, and then I need to write something that goes to the relative major, G flat major, and then we'll do that twice, and then we'll have a cadential phrase that ends on, well, we might make all of this. I'll tell you what, I'll write it out really, really specifically. So we'll do all of this twice, essentially. And the second time it'll end on 1. The first time it can end on 5, but on 5, so we're going to approach it like this instead this time. That's cadential, so I'm going to put it in brackets like so. And this should be 5. Oops. I'm thinking maybe that, and then it can become that to go as a perfect cadence to this 1. So hopefully you can see how the notation is essentially a schematic for the score that we're going to write. I'm going to tidy this up a little, help make it a little clearer and easier to parse when you're reading it. So I'm going to put ×2 here, but I'm putting it in brackets because we've written it out in full, whereas this ×2 is not in brackets because it's exactly that ×2, the contents of that square brackets. What I should do is put a new, it needs 2 opening square brackets. 1 for this times 2 and 1 for this collection times 2 written out again, 1 times 2, and then the whole collection is the repeated version. B minor is this, D diminished is so this 5/7 can be 7 diminished to go back for the repeat, and then the second time we'll do this B flat major plus sharp 5. And I think that's something spicy. So now we just need to write all of these beats out, and that's what I'm doing. I guess I could do it. I'll do it as just chords, and then we'll add in texture and stuff. And I imagine this would be how we would write a theme of variations one day, if we go and write a theme and variations as well. So, you know, we've written our simple, it's just going to be 2 sentences, the first ending on the minor dominant, the second ending in this altered but essentially a perfect cadence. We just altered it for spice. Please excuse the sirens. So again, it would be this twice, and then we need something to go before the sharp 4 dim. So we've got two diminished, E, G. So you could go 2 diminished, becomes sharp 4 diminished, goes to B flat minor. So we could 2 dim becomes, we'll get rid of the arrowheads on the becomes for now, because these aren't the arrows that I want them to be. I'll just have it as 3 dashes. So that anything with an arrowhead is now a perfect cadence. Good. Now we've got 4 chords that we can play one bar after another. So in E flat minor, we'll just keep writing in semi-briefs and just fill in the blanks for a moment. So in E flat minor, we are looking for 2 diminished, which is a D natural. And where's it going? It's going to sharp 4 diminished, which is an A natural. doing F, A flat, oops, C flat, E double flat. And then we want a sharp 4 diminished, which is an A natural diminished. The F becomes an E flat. The A rises to A flat, A natural, C natural, E flat, cautionary accidental. And then we've got our 5, lower 5, so this is where we can have our B flat minor moment. And then 7 diminished is, oh, I've done something wrong. 2 diminished is an F diminished. It's enharmonic to the D flat, that's why I'm getting confused. And then it sounds naff at the moment, but just trust the process. That's what we've got to do. We're just writing, we're doing it. I don't really care what comes out of the product as the product at the moment. Something wild going on there. So that is our F, A flat, C flat, E double flat. And then 7 diminished is our D natural. Is there a way we can voice this with a C of some kind at the top? Yes, there is. D, F, A flat, C flat. So if I put a bar line there to divide this, so I've so far just written skeleton chords for 1 to flat 3, 1 becomes flat 3, 2 diminished, sharp becomes sharp 4 diminished, goes to 5 lower, just to keep it spooky ladooky, becomes 7 diminished, goes back, oops, just pasted, goes back to 1, I've added in the B flat for voice leading, like that, and then it repeats, and the second time we want to find our way to 5, 7 plus sharp 5, so I mean not sure. We could still do the 2 to sharp 4. And that's the 571. So now we've suddenly got 19 bars. And it's just two sentences. The first ends in the wrong key, or on the wrong key, and then the second ends with a perfect cadence into tonic. Sounds naff, ignore the texture. Then we do something there. And then, in theory, I mean, I can do it now, because why not? All of that goes there. So that's the outline of both of our A sections, repeated around this gap that is the middle sections. This transition here and this transition here can both be similar in style, but we need something. So yeah, hopefully you can see how we're kind of just deconstructing and dividing the background, making some choices to make a middle ground. We've made decisions that relate to the structure, made it a repeat of two similar sort of sections that are repeated, but one has the wrong ending and then the second one has the right ending. Okay, and then we've got that twice, that whole thing twice, and in the middle we're inserting this B section that's in a contrasting key, the dominant key, that then, where am I, has its own section and then returns back to the tonic key for the second A section, this A apostrophe, which is an exact copy paste at the moment, whoops, as the first one. So that's what we've done at the moment. And all of those chords are in some way, shape, form or another on this score. Okay, they may be a bit distorted. I'll completely rehash all of that, but the point is that the skeleton of our composition is here. Okay, so now is the time where we need to go to the foreground, and the foreground, it's not worth, I mean, we can subdivide the B section, but I'd rather write the A section properly first, which is up to bar 18 on this page, from the start here. Okay. So all of that up to and including this. That's the end of the A section. Like I said, I want this to be a little collection of miniatures. I might call it Opus 3 Folio or something like that, you know, a novelette, and there's like 100 different names that composers use to basically describe a set of a set of short pieces that they've kind of written and have no other purpose, but they want to share them. But you know, it's not part of something bigger, so they just write them as a collection. I could do it as a set of etudes, studies, all sorts. Just call it a dialogue for all anyone cares. Right, I'm going to take a short little break because I'm quite happy with what I've managed to do in 45 minutes. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to go boil the kettle and reward myself with a nice pot of tea. How British of me, I know. So I will be back soon. Hold on, let me add a little text here. Fresh brew. Let's just chuck this at the end. Oh, I've accidentally copied, so it's gone forever now. That's fine. Now, had a little play on my piano downstairs whilst I was making, well, I was waiting for the kettle to boil, and we've got something. I don't know if it's going to be good, we'll see, but still. So what we're going to do now, we're turning this into, this is the middle ground, we're turning it into the foreground, so I can still elaborate at will. I seem to have, hold on, I have rather sillily deleted my whole scheme. assuming. Going to a lot of effort to solve this, aren't they? And I'm going to want these extra bars anyway. So now I've got this. I've got, sorry, get my pointer. I've got this here from bar 10 that's still to come, and I'm fleshing it out, and I can. This is just my chord sequence basically. So I can stay on a chord for as long as I want. And what we're doing, we'll call it prolongation. We're prolonging a given chord. So the E flat minor that I've now changed and deleted is missing. It's the first 2 bars. Pretend it starts at bar 8, and that's E flat minor. Well, starts at bar 9, and that's E flat minor there. This is the rest of the phrase. Yeah. And then it repeats. So we can stay, and we're just going to prolong any of these chords. We can do it via other chords as well. So for example here, we're on E flat minor still, but that's a brief moment of the dominant B flat major. But yeah, with the raised third and everything. And then I think I'm gonna, so for that reason exactly, let's delete these. Let's do the same thing again but move up. So we're having another 2 bars of the E flat minor, but we're raising it a third. Whoops. Let's go from the B flats here and make it pretty. And then, so we've got 4. Idea. Make it lento. Tempo. Now we can play in semiquavers. Whoops. What's that? ADA. We can go a little faster. Can't do what I want to do. Fixed. Let's just do that for now then. Why is that being like that? This simply doesn't need to be as big as it is. We're going to do something with the base as well. Oopsie, meant to tie that. I do not know why this is, how it is. I'm already halfway to the pentatonic. I might as well. I know I used it in the previous thing I wrote, but it's not the end of the world if I'm vibing with a particular scale or harmonic system at any given time, is it? You know, there's all sorts out there. There's the tonic dominant system, there's the neo-Riemannian system, there's more sort of macro level voice leading, making crunchy chords, suspensions, scales, octatonics, arpeggios, there's all sorts. So I'm sure I'll use plenty in my time. So we're kind of leaning on 2 here. We've got F diminished with the B flat and the tonic to make it extra spicy. We could repeat this. Except for these notes. Wrong thing. Where am I? There I am. And that sets us up nicely for the repeats. So we've got some kind of thing. Now we've got a passage in G flat major, and I want the same vibe, I want the same feeling, so the first thing I'm going to do, is delete the last beat of that bar because I don't know what's happening there. Three, 4. See, these are sharing bars, so I don't know why these aren't. It's very odd. I'm going to transpose these anyway. Up a major 3rd. That's a lie. Up a minor 3rd. I want to go to G flat. Was 5 of G flat, D flat. Yeah, A. Don't worry, it's going down an octave. I know that the left hand still needs sorting. It's really bugging me that this isn't. Something needs to be done here. So we've got something going on here. So we've got the F diminished and it's going to become a D flat major 7th, I think, or something like that, or minor 7th. So we've got F. Just becomes a D flat 7th, doesn't it? Which is cool, that's perfectly fine. Voice swap. Humour me, I know adding unnecessary pedal markings is completely redundant as an exercise. let's just have a listen for a moment and see how we feel, or if anything needs revisions. I'm not happy with what's happening at the end, but still. This is bad. Do not like. That's parallel fifths. I don't like what's happening here. Maybe we'll change this, or maybe we'll keep it fast. So what if we just do that, bollocks, save. And then the second time, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So it's an A diminished. What if we copy this and transpose it up? No. Down? No. This is meant to be a sharp 4 diminished of E flat, which should be A, C, E flat, and if we want we can add a G flat. That's where I'm getting confused. This is awful and I hate it. I like this bit, I'm okay with this. This is a vibe. Okay, so this is what's going. Boom. Goodbye. Boosh. Right, something just happened. We've kind of filled in the blank. We'll do the same AVB for that. Should be clear. And this one. That was the wrong button. So we've got a little loop that we've written now. Let me just fix some tidbits. Needs a chord change somewhere here. So now we're on to the repeat section. So just to edit this to better reflect what we've actually done, we haven't times 2'd that by now, and this is still there somewhere. But good luck finding it. I'm not going to look right now, I just know that I didn't take it out. I just edited it and again prolonged it. I've just stretched out the chords and given them some kind of texture. I'm okay with it. What if we just do that? Just a bit of presentation. Ooh, crunchy. Love that. We've come a long way from this. Definitely due a break. I'm getting to the point where I just keep listening to myself on repeat, so let's just finish this phrase and then we can copy it to the end. E minor. So this is a B flat 7th. Okay. F. So, assuming that's complete now, let's just keep the ending updated so that you can see the progress. So we've written, pardon me, we've written our outer A sections. So if we zoom back into this middle ground, I'm going to take a break in a moment. I'm just going to explain what we've done. So we've now written this middle ground, if you can see the pointer at this first A, and we've written all of this. And then the second time we've got this spicy 5, 7 plus sharp 5 going to 1. This B section is the blank space at the moment. We've just outlined these 5 chords. I think it should be all there. We might not have done this one and this one, so there may only be 3. And then we've got all of this, which we've fleshed out into the A again and copy pasted it. So that's what we've got here. So pretty happy with what's happened so far. We're just exploring. Maybe it's a 21st century nocturne, who knows what we'll call it at the moment. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chords missing as promised. And this B flat major section in the middle can be whatever we want it to be. To the point of actually we're going to make sure that this section has, where's key signatures? Hiding. Make sure that this section has E flat minor selected. And then this section in the middle, we're writing entirely in B flat major. Like that. And then that's the section in B flat major. This is very playable. You just got to know how to read a score. But yeah, it's not bad for an hour and a half's work, is it? Well, close to 2 hours now. But anyway, I'm going to take another break, and maybe my last break of the day. I'm expecting a phone call in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to be at least half an hour. But I'll put my Be Back Soon text on.